Welcome back.
I don't trust that your I don't trust that your questions in here, but fine. I'll I'll accept that.
Okay, in this episode, without any preparation, we're gonna do it my way. Where
Okay.
basically, I'm going to ask you the most common questions from my humble experience that are asked by Filipina women. You understand?
All
So
right.
like,
This
so like,
Filipino is that. Huh?
just in general, like I just heard from motherfuckers that know motherfuckers that Filipina women tend to have these kind of inquiries, questions, and doubts. Okay,
Okay.
because you're like the expert. You're like the role model, like a woman they would look up to, and they would search for answers, and they would want to ask you. So therefore, I'm gonna ask you, and you're gonna say from your perspective, okay? Because you're the one with all the experience, right?
All right. So just to let you know, this is my own opinion. So it's not actually like I cannot really force someone to believe on my own word or my own say. So
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah, yeah. Disclosure. Yeah, yeah,
questions that
yeah.
you're
Of course, yeah.
asking for.
Disclosure. Okay. All right. So you're ready, yeah?
Yeah, I am ready.
You're born ready. Okay. Okay. So let's start nice and easy. Uh, does it hurt?
Yeah, I mean, depending on the size. Like for example, I've experienced different size of a guy. Like I have few guys, especially porn guys. So of course, it's depending on the size of a guy. It's not actually the same size at all. Sometimes there's big, sometimes there's medium, sometimes there's smaller, something like that. But so far for me, I've encountered bigger, and yeah, it is painful.
Can you be a little bit more specific? Because your answer is kind of just general. Like there's small, medium. Yeah, we all know that. We all know that. But we're in here for the spicy stuff. So
Okay,
like
for my own
Filipina.
experience,
Uh,
you mean so you're talking about my own experience?
well, I'm talking about. Look, I'm talking about it this way. So let's say a lot of Filipinas would ask another Filipina and say something like, "Does it hurt? Is it painful?" Like, "Oh my god, I'm so scared because I heard that foreigners are like this and like that." You get my point? So I want you to reassure them, inspire them, explain it to them. So that's the first question. Does it hurt? Is it big?
Yeah.
What's the difference between and white men and Filipino men? There you go.
Well, I've never tried Filipino, so I don't know really
What
about
do you mean you
that.
haven't tried? You told me you
So
tried. Your first one. Excuse me, one. No
no, I
lies.
oh yeah. Oh
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah.
we've never had sex. We've never had sex with a Filipino.
So you haven't seen his dick.
No, I didn't. I told you we're
Okay.
just puppy love.
We just what?
We're just puppy love. We're still young with that.
Okay, puppy love. Okay, okay. Anyway, I don't disturb you. Continue.
So yeah, I've never seen a Filipino dick. So how would I know? And yeah, it is hurt. For my experience, it is painful because I am a small person and
How small
I
are you? Just for the record, because not everybody knows.
you mean the height?
I don't know. Whatever. You said you're small. What do you mean by small?
Well, my down there was small, of course. Of course it's painful. So yeah, it is for my experience it's painful.
Mm.
And I need sometimes like when I try it I needed a break for it because I cannot really handle the pain. I mean, the pain is tolerance, but it's sore. That's what I'm gonna say. It's sore. So
So how
yeah,
do you
it is.
how do you deal with it?
I mean, pain. That they said pain is good. So just
Is it?
yeah, it's just like this same at the gym. At the gym, you have to deal the pain so there's a result. So of course, I have to deal the pain so I can have a pleasure. So
So you do it in order to get the pleasure,
the what?
and you do it for the pleasure.
Exactly. I mean, what else is it supposed to do? It's not
So
just about the guy's happiness; it's also the girl's happiness.
okay, yeah. So okay, that's a very good point. I'd like to touch on. So do you think that a woman's happiness is very important, also a woman's pleasure?
Yeah, because it's not gonna be unfair if we just gonna do it for a man's pleasure, man's
Mm.
happiness. and it's just done. Of course, we have also to do that. So both of us have a pleasure and happiness to accept it or to deal with, even if it's painful for the girls. But we have also to think the positive side for that.
Mm. You
It's
must
not just
have
about
had
the pain.
you must have had a very smart teacher, to teach you these things. So you're basically you're basically saying that it's not just about the guy for a few minutes doing whatever he wants to do
Yeah,
and then just
it
coming and
the
that's it,
guys
yeah?
also the guys also need to think that it's not just about their happiness. It's also depending on the woman's happiness, of course. So we have to think at both sides, not just one side. We need to think at both. Like, oh, I want my girlfriend to be happy. Of course, I need to pleasure her before it's the guy's pleasure. You know?
I don't know. Okay, yeah, I understand. Okay. So you think that if a woman's happy, if she's pleased, then the whole relationship, the whole dynamic, the whole sex
Yeah, the
is
whole
work better, is
relationship
it?
will work together. It's not just about the guys. So
So
if you want your relationship to work, that both
okay, so
sides
you I
is
guess
happy.
I guess you had different types of dynamics where the guy only cared about himself and a guy that also cared about you, right?
Yeah, exactly. Something
Would you
like
be
that.
able I presume there's a lot of women that go through guys that only care about themselves and they would want to understand why do some women love sex so much, why other women don't really like it and only do it because they have to do it. So maybe explain those differences. There you go.
Well, something that is like they doesn't feel the same connection with that guy. For example, if a woman doesn't feel having intimacy with that guy,
Mm.
it's mean it was the guy's problem, or it's also both of the relationship is not working out. For example, like the girl doesn't feel connections with that guy. So why would she force herself to have intimacy and that person when she knows the fact that she doesn't feel like doing it?
Mm. How do you
No.
know when you feel like doing it?
I mean, there's excitement. Like, for example, like I feel more connect with that guy. Like there's a different connections between you like it and you
Mm.
feel like doing it, or you feel like forcing it. You know, like as a girl, of course, we feel that if we feel that intense if we like that person or if we don't like that person.
Would you like to, or would you ever go back to the idea of just the man having the pleasure and you not?
For me,
You know what
no.
I mean?
Because why would I force someone to be in that person when I know the fact that it doesn't make me happy?
I understand. So you're saying that after such experience, your perspective can change extremely, yes?
Yeah.
Because you used to be a person that thought that you have a low sex drive, right?
I don't really depending I mean a girl's sex drive will boost a lot if she
Mm.
knows herself that she's comfortable or she's more connected to that person, you
Mm.
know? So for example, she felt love, she felt connect, she feels like there's way more connection to that guy that will give her more than what the other person does. Then of course we have to boost our sex drive more
Mm. So
to
what's a
that
healthy
person
sex
that
drive?
who connect us enough to
What's a
satisfy
healthy
us
sex
to
drive?
make us happy.
Okay. What's a healthy sex drive?
Hmm.
What is a healthy sex drive?
What is the healthy sex drive?
Um,
What is the healthy sex drive? That's really a big question. The healthy sex drive is like, like I say, there's a connection for both of you. For
uh-huh.
example, like both of you have a good connection, both of you have a compatible for each other. Like like he makes you happy enough,
Yeah.
or he makes you happy more
Uh,
to feel like, oh, it's not just about sex, it's about love, it's about like connections too. So that's the happy sex drive.
Okay, would you
Of
say
course,
it's
you're not
once
gonna
a
be
week?
happy.
Would you say it's
No,
once a week, once a month, once a year? What is it?
well, you know, to be honest with you, girls' sex drive is way more than the guys because of our hormones. So, of course, if we felt that the guy, for example, like if that guy
What did you
doesn't
say?
really
Sorry,
like
what did
have,
you say? That girls' sex drive is higher than men's?
yes,
Yes, that's true. That's smart. Yeah, you had a
yeah.
good teacher. Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah.
girls'
Yeah.
sex drive is more higher than the guys.
That's right.
So, like I've said, the first question, it's not just also about guys' happiness. It's also about the girl's happiness too. So why would you have to go to someone that who doesn't satisfy you enough?
Hmm.
You know?
I know. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Would you say it's once a week, once a month, every day, every year, once in a blue moon?
Depending on, like,
Yeah, depending. Okay.
yeah.
Generally
So I
speaking,
mean, once a week, that's very low. Once
is
a
it?
year, that's not definitely right. Of course. Like I said, girls' sex drive is higher. So of course we need it more than once a week, once a year, or something like that, you know?
Hmm. So, okay, what was your average? What was your average like, let's say, few months ago?
You mean the size?
No, 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 no. The frequency.
No, last month. That was
No, 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 no. This, no, 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 no. Before, when you thought, when you were just a traditional, nice Filipina girl that, didn't really understand her body, didn't really understand, like most of the people that would listen to this right now. What was your average?
uh probably just the average. The average for me is just probably. Are we talking about the percentage of it, or are we talking about
We're
higher
talking.
or lower?
Listen. We're talking about from a normal girl's point of view, where let's say she's listening to this, okay, and she and she's going through a transition where she's not sure about the guy, whatever, and she has an average of, I don't know, maybe she meets a guy and she sleeps with him a few times a year or something like that, and I'm trying to point out what were you like before?
Well, before, like, my sex drive is really low before, like
How low we're
very low.
talking? What's the average?
Probably 20.
20 times
Oh,
a
the
day?
average. No, 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 no,
Yes.
no. Probably no. Before probably 2 times a week, something.
Your average was 2 times a week.
Yeah.
Okay. And now?
Uh, I didn't have
Hold on, you lied
sex.
to me. You lied to me. You told me you had a few times a year.
No, few times a week. But you're talking about last before. You know.
What? No,
For
no,
so
no. I
in
did
I'm
not.
talking to you. I didn't lie to you. I'm talking of a year. I'm talking about in a year. It's probably 4 times a year, 5 times a year, something like that.
Yeah, but you just said two
Times.
times a
Not
week.
not about not about so it's not every week. It's not every week that we have. So like in
Wait.
a week, probably twice or something like that. But
So
in
you're
a
telling
very
me?
for
Wait.
if you're talking about a year, then of course before my year is about probably 3 times a year or something like that. Like
What are you
my
talking about?
I don't know what are you talking about.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about how many times. How often did you have sex beforehand?
Yeah, you're talking about the average. I told
Yeah.
you have also to justify like about a year, a month, a week. So
Well, I
so
don't
I
know. Just tell me
know.
roughly. I don't know. You tell me.
Well, roughly a year,
Yeah.
probably 4 times a year, something like that.
So okay,
Depending on, but not every year that it's 4 times. It's depending on, you know.
okay. So roughly speaking, on an average, back in the days, you had sex 4 times a year.
Yes.
What about now?
You mean right now or last month or something like that?
Generally, this is just an average, you know.
Well, I'm
Let's put
I'm
it to you
not.
this way. Let's put it this way. Before, when you thought you had a low sex drive, and now that you think your sex drive is higher, what's the average now?
Uh, Probably in a
Support it with
year.
numbers. Well, I don't know. In a year, decade, or a week, a day. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know.
Probably in a week, I can handle because right now my sex drive is really high, so I can definitely handle probably 5 times a week.
You can definitely handle 5 times a week. Okay. Okay. So, did bleeding ever occur to you?
Huh?
Did bleeding ever occur to you? Bleeding.
Uh, I only bleed one time when I was still a virgin, but after that I didn't. Oh, did I? I cannot really remember.
Okay. Just letting you know from a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy, I heard that usually about 50% of the time when a foreign man comes with a small petite Filipina, she usually bleeds. Like most of the times, not the
Uh,
first time. Just saying.
The first time I bleed, the last time, yeah, I think the last time I bleed, I cannot definitely remember, but I think I did. Yeah, I think I did or something. I
Okay.
cannot definitely remember.
Okay, so hold on. So let's make this conversation productive. Okay, so the first thing is that it hurts, but it comes with pleasure, and the more you do it, the less pain there is, the more pleasure there is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and also that as a woman, you might think that you have a low sex drive, and if you find the right connection, and if the man actually cares about your happiness as well, then your sex drive may drastically increase.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like we boost our sex drive to someone that who will feel connection
Yeah.
for it. It's just not about sex, you know. It's there's not, like
Yes.
I've said the first. It's just not about the guy's happiness. It's also about the girl's happiness. So, for example, like if we feel enough that this guy pleasure us, this guy make us happy, then of course we boost enough our sex drive to give it more or to show it more to that person that will make us feel better or make us feel connect, you know.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I'm just summarizing it. Okay, so you would definitely recommend to women to basically open themselves up, find a man that actually cares about their happiness as well, and understand their bodies better because their sex drive might be higher than they actually think. Yes.
Yeah, like like if you keep staying to one person and you don't really if you don't make yourself like what's called it, like if you don't make yourself reconnect to someone that who would make you satisfied, then of course you will feel at the same average that I think this is just me, like my sex drive
Uh-huh.
is very low because this is just what the guy gave it to me. But
Mm-hmm.
if you try to give that to someone who gave you enough to satisfy you, to give you more connections, like both of you is connected together, then of course you would see the different and you would say, oh, this is different than what I experienced from the
Would you say
previous.
it can get addictive and toxic?
Not really. I mean, it's kind of addicted, but the toxic is just kind of depending on the girl. I mean, sometimes it's just the girl's personality. It's not about
Okay, so basically you're saying that women should kind of get out there and try to find that kind of a guy and explore their sexuality, right?
yeah, just explore yourself so
Okay,
you can
but how do
find.
you okay, but how do you do it in order not to become a hoe? You wanna be you actually wanna be a good girl, but you also want to understand sex, you want to understand your body, but you don't wanna be a hoe. So how do you do it?
Oh, that's
Hmm.
kind of
Mm,
difficult
I
questions,
know.
but
I'm just thinking of the
yeah,
story.
but it's I'm not definitely sure, but like, of course, you're not gonna be a hoe if you don't. I mean, you're gonna be a hoe if you just directly gave yourself to that person. Of course, you have to know that person first. If you feel a connection, if you feel a bond together, then of course you would experience it, or you will feel that to yourself as a girl that,
Yeah.
oh, I have a connection to this guy. I think I have a band with this guy. Like the spark and the feelings was different than what I experienced to others. You know,
Mm,
it's not about becoming a hoe so you will find the person that you're looking for. It's not just about that. It's not about that. You have to connect, or you have to know the person first. So like for example, if you're meeting the first time and then you're talking, chit chatting, knowing each other. And if you feel connected to that person, if you feel like there's something spark and bond to that person, then of course you will say, oh, I feel different to this guy. I feel more connected to this guy. But if you feel someone that, if, for example, you meet another guy
mm,
and then you feel empty, you feel like, oh, it's just nothing. I've met this guy, but it's just like nothing. It's just more on like empty connection, like there's no band, there's no spark, it's just like mutual. Then of course you know yourself that that's not the guy that I'm looking for, you know?
okay. How do you pick
So
up a
it's not,
foreigner?
yeah.
How do you pick up a foreigner? Let's say a Filipina wants to find a foreign man. How do you pick up one?
Well, I heard a lot of, I heard a lot of questions about that. That they said, oh, just go to dating site, something like that. But as for me, I don't go to dating site. I've never used dating site. I only use Facebook and Instagram. And then most likely, I don't know where they find me, but I just found a few foreign guys on the Facebook, but they're adding me. So, but I've never tried dating. I've never tried to open a dating site. I never had a dating site before. So, I mean, they say just open a dating site and find a foreign guy in there. That's what they said. But for me, I was like, dating site is just more on scam, you know. So
Okay.
I don't know. I cannot definitely recommend that. I mean, I can recommend that probably, but you just have to be careful, you know.
Okay. So you're basically saying attract, not chase. Yeah. But you're not chasing. You're not looking. They come to you and they find you on
Yeah,
Facebook, and then you do your
because I've never.
filtering.
I mean, I've never really been to a dating site. Like, I didn't even experience that I have to look first for it. They just came.
Mm,
So as for me, if they're looking for, then
mm.
dating site is for them, but they just have to be careful. And some are in the Facebook too, so they can also look for they can look for Facebook, check it there, go to the Instagram, something
Speaking
like
of
that.
being careful, what should women be careful of?
There's a lot of foreign guys just come. There's also a lot of foreign guys just a lot of foreign guys that doesn't wanna commit. Like for
Okay.
example, a girl wanted to commit. The girl wanted a serious relationship to that person, but that foreign guy doesn't want the exactly same of what the girl looking for. So of course, some guys just wanted to use the girl to for their pleasure, and then not,
Uh,
you know, like it's okay. I'm gonna tell this probably 20% of foreign guys that are looking for a serious relationship. The rest, they just wanna play. That's
and how do you
actually
distinguish that? And how do you distinguish that? How do you prevent that from happening?
uh you can actually prevent that if
How,
for like I said, if you don't feel connection to that guy. Or for example, like me as a girl, of course I would know that this guy would just wanted to play with me.
okay.
It's just easy to guess. The word, the actions. For example, the guy's just gonna say, oh, I'm excited to see you, to do this to you, do that to you. Of course, as a girl, I would know that oh, this guy just want my body, just want me for his pleasure, not for me to be committed with him, and
Mm,
not him to committed with. just something like that, So of course, instinct and guts is way more important than the girls. That's actually true. If if we knows our guts that this guy is not serious enough to commit with us, then of course why we have to go it. You know? We're just actually wasting the time for that.
Mm. What about the cultural clashes?
Hmm?
Differences. The cultural differences. What about that?
Cultural differences.
Yeah.
It's depending on. For example, our cultures are different, then of course we have to respect boundaries for that. Like, for example, our cultures are different and their cultures is different. So of course, that guy had to respect our culture enough as long as he feel respected. But if you feel disrespected because of the culture, then of course, why do you have to follow the culture if you can just follow personality on what's going on? Like, cultures is just nothing. You can actually preventing the cultures that they've been saying
Huh.
if you help your partner not to listen on the culture that they've been doing with. Like I said, there's a boundaries. Your relationship doesn't inquire cultures to other side, you know.
Mhm.
It's not about, oh, we have to follow the culture because this is my girlfriend and I have to follow the culture. No. If you feel that culture disrespect you enough, why would you follow the culture?
Okay. I understand. Okay. So you wouldn't follow that culture, yes?
You would follow the culture if you know yourself that you feel disrespected with when you know this when you and me also as a girl, if I know that the culture is not good enough for my partner, why would I drag my partner to involve in that culture when it doesn't even affect in our relationship?
What would your advice be to women that are shy, which is the majority?
Uh if they shy enough, they cannot I mean, depending on for example in the first day, if you for example, if you meet a guy and you're shy, at the first, of course, it's fine. It's totally fine. But if you're shy enough all the time, especially with the friends of your partner, of course it's gonna affect your relationship. Not only for your partner, but also the friend or the family of your partner, because you do your shy. Why would you have to shy when you can socialize? Like,
Okay.
why would you enter in that situation when you know the fact that you don't want to be socialized to someone, especially to your partner or to your friend's partner or to your family's partner, you know?
So what should a woman do when a foreign man is inviting her to the hotel?
And the what?
What should a woman do when a foreign man is inviting her to the hotel?
For example, they're just chatting. They're just chatting a few hours ago. Let's say
Okay.
so that. And then the guy says, okay, let's go to the hotel right away.
Yep.
Of course, that's a big red flag.
Hmm.
Because why would you go directly to a foreign guy that you still hasn't know that you're just talking for a few days or few hours and just go directly to his hotel?
Uh,
Of course, like I've said, know the person first, go to the public area, talk to the guy, and if you feel comfortable, then it's up to you if you wanna go to him or not.
what happens when you go to the hotel?
Either way, that's still the girl's decision. But as for me, I don't go directly to the guy. I don't go directly to hotel. If I just talk to that guy for a few hours in the phone and doesn't met him in public or known him enough, if I'm comfortable enough to be in that guy. Like, what? You know?
Okay, then. Okay, so okay. There's another one. So, the way mm, in the Philippines, it's not very popular to use condoms, right?
Hmm?
You know the way in the Philippines, it's not very popular to use condoms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, even the prime minister of Davao said not to use them, etc., etc., etc. It's actually,
Well,
it's
because I'm studying a little bit of medical. Condom is safe, but it's also irritating, especially as a woman. So,
yep.
I mean, if you're not using lube enough,
Mm,
then of course it would irritate our down there.
yep.
Irritate our baby there.
Like a friend of a
So,
friend. Yes, yes. It's
but yeah, but I mean, if you want to be protected, if you want to be safer, I definitely recommended condom.
okay, but
Because
most foreigners.
it's not about like uh because condom has a lot also. I mean, condom also protects a lot. Pregnancy, STD, everything.
Mhm.
But I get that a lot of foreign guy or Filipino doesn't really use that. So depending on actually.
No, actually, a lot of foreign men, because in the Western culture, it's very normal. It's actually kind of mandatory to use a condom. So the issue I'm actually addressing, firstly, is that which I've noticed. You remember, I went with my friends, right? And
Mhm.
they would always use condoms. Okay.
Yeah.
And most of the Filipino women they've been with, I spoke to them and they were not happy about the fact they're using condoms because it's not the Filipino way.
Well,
Ah, and it
if you
also
just met the
irritates
if you
them.
just
It's
met
more
the girl,
painful. It's more like
if you
it's
just
more
met the
cold.
girl, then of course you have to use a condom. But if you know enough the girl, if you're dating a girl, if you know yourself that, oh, I'm just fucking this one girl, and this
Okay.
girl is loyal to me, then why using a condom? But if you know yourself that you're having
Mm.
a lot of intimacy with another girl or another guy, then of course condom is required.
Okay, so your advice is because what I'm saying to you is actually most women don't want to use condom in the Philippines. Okay, and they're actually annoyed about the fact that the guys want to use condoms because Filipino women they want to have they want to make love naturally. They want to not have as much pain. They want to actually have the opportunity to have a baby, and they just don't want an empty cold fuck. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, would your advice be maybe at the first times to understand the guy that he wants to use a condom, and then afterwards have a chat with him and try to get each other to trust, to build the trust? Is that what you would say?
Yeah, well, you know, also, I mean, some guys are just afraid, not just also the pregnancy, you know. It's also about the infections.
Mm,
But I get that. I mean, a lot of people are not careless enough for that. A lot of people are careless enough for that. And then, I mean, I cannot really judge because it's also depending on the person, you know. Can definitely say that, oh, you have to use a condom, you don't have to use a condom. Because we don't know. Especially for example, this person have a lot of intimacy. This person have a lot of intimacy. Of course, if you're not using a condom and then you got something, what are you gonna supposed to do? You know?
what age difference is it? What's the limit of the age difference for you?
Hmm?
What is the limit of the age difference for you?
Age limits. Uh,
Yeah.
Probably, you mean the age gap.
Yeah.
48 is enough for me.
What?
48? No, 47 or something. 35.
Yeah, yeah, but age difference. Well, are we talking about 10 years, 50 years, 20 years difference?
Uh, 20 years, something. No,
20
I'm
years,
20 years already. Yeah, 20 years. 20 or 20 or 25 years, something.
20, 25 years is
Depending
it's
if
okay.
he's mature enough for me.
Uh,
I try younger actually, but gosh, he's bizarre. Which is, I said, like, I'd rather go to kind of older a little bit for me. Not just because, not because they are crazy, but it's also because they are mature enough. to handle the woman.
But
Like
can a
we want a
mature,
man. We don't want a
yeah,
boys. We want a man.
yeah, but can that mature older man satisfy your sexual high drive
Depending on
nowadays?
depending on
Depending on what?
depending on the situation.
A very formal answer. Okay. Okay. Depending on the situation, yeah.
Yeah.
Any other advice you'd like to give?
Huh?
Any other advice you'd like to give to women? Because look, you're like the role model, you're like the idol, you're like the, you're like the popular girl, the woman that everyone looks up to. So
Well,
your words are pretty
my advice
wise.
is like be careful on what's your decision with. Like think about what you wanted to do in your life, because the more you directly go to a guy that you cannot be trusted with, or you don't know, or you don't feel the same what you're looking for, then you're fucked. So my advice: listen what you feel, follow what you want, follow what you desire, and just something like that. And if you're looking for a partner, just try to go to a dating site. I don't know what dating site. I mean, ask this guy because he had a lot of dating sites, so he knows that. That's all I can say. I mean,
This isn't about
I'm
me.
having.
This isn't about me. This isn't about me. Even when you're saying something I disagree with or anything like that, I'm not getting involved. This is not about me.
I mean, I
This
have
is a woman's
no. I mean,
perspective. This is an
I don't know what
emotional.
dating site is. I never tried dating site. I mean, I was just using Facebook and Instagram, and they just there. You know, so just look for a dating site or something like that, because I have no idea about that stuff. You know. So yeah, so I'll
Mm.
just my advice is just be careful. You know.
Should a woman accept cheating or not?
Huh?
Should a woman accept cheating?
If the woman accepts cheating, depending on, for example, like second chance is still required. So, for example, if you love enough to that guy that you want to give him another chance to see if he'll gonna change, but if he's not, then second chance is just enough. There's no third chance. There's no fourth. Blah blah blah. If the guy keep doing it, if the guy keep cheating on you, even if you give him a chance, then let it go. That guy's not for you, because guy also need to think that, oh, I made a mistake. Yes,
Yeah.
you did a mistake, but if you keep doing that mistake a lot of times, we're not stupid enough to give you another chance when we know the fact that you will just keep doing it. You know?
What about
And
financially?
cheating is not mistake, it's actually a choice. You know?
What about financially?
What about financially?
Yeah.
Of course you're not gonna be you don't wanna go to a guy who's broke enough that cannot support himself.
Okay.
You know? It's not about the girls. So if you know yourself that, oh, this guy cannot even support himself, why would I go to the guy when I know the fact that I am the one who's gonna support him?
Okay.
You know? So it's not about the guys financially, it's also about the girls financially. So if both of you are secured enough, then that's good.
Okay.
But if one of you, for example, if the girl only have it financial enough and the guy doesn't, then what are you gonna supposed to do? Just let the girl support you for the rest of your life and you're not gonna do anything? Of course we're not gonna fucking do that. I'm not gonna fucking support with a guy when I know the fact that he doesn't wanna even think to find a job to support himself. Because he knows that there's a girl that will support him. No?
Okay.
I didn't work my ass off to support a guy.
Okay. Huh.
You know?
Mm. Any more
Yeah.
insights? Any more insights?
Nothing really. I think that's all what I can say. So
Not so.
do not go with a guy who's broke. Go to the guy who knows yourself that he can support himself.
Okay, so summarizing, Go with the guy that can support himself.
Yeah.
Age difference up to about 25 max.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can cheat a little bit, but not too much. Yeah. Yeah. Explore your body, understand your sexuality, go from low sex drive to high sex drive. But be
Mm-hmm.
careful of
Yeah.
not being a hoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, it's not about that. Oh, I'm gonna be with this different guy so I can see
Uh-huh.
who I'm gonna desire with. It's not like that, okay? Like I said, if you feel connected to that guy, if you have a bond to that guy, then try yourself. But if you don't feel anything to that guy,
Yeah.
then just look for another guy that who would feel
Mm.
something that would give you.
And with pain comes pleasure, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards there's less pain and more pleasure.
Yeah,
And it
something like
hurts.
that.
It hurts.
It hurts the beginning, but if you're used to it, then you will enjoy it.
What about if you get any of those creepy weird guys that have strange requests? Should women go along with it or not?
The what?
Should women go along with it or not?
Alone with what?
Along. Like let's say a guy likes to do it from behind, or he's crazy about feet,
Depending
or
on,
he
for like I say,
wants
it's
oral
not.
so much.
Depending on, like I say, it's not just about the guy's happiness. For example, the girl doesn't want to feel like doing it. Why would you force the girl to do it? Because why would you force the girl when you know the fact that the girl doesn't want it? Like I say, it's not just about the guy's desire. It's also the girl's desire too. So like for
Yeah.
example, the girl wanted to do that. Okay, let's do that because the girl are happy enough to do it. But if the girl feels if the girl feel like force or the girl doesn't feel like doing it, why would you force someone to do that? It's just gonna feel weird. The intimacy is not gonna be right because there's a forcing or there's like a there's like the feelings that, oh, I'm just gonna do it because my boyfriend wants it. It's not just like that, you know. So no forcing for that. Let it go. See if the girl want it or something. You know, it's also the girl's happiness too. It's not just about the guys.
Does
You
size
know,
matter?
the size matter. Uh, depending on not too small, medium and
What's a good
medium
size?
and huh?
What's a good size?
What's yours? I don't know what the size is, but I
I'm
think
not. I'm not involved here in this conversation. I'm just asking
probably
you.
7 is good. 7 or 8, something like that.
7 or 8, is that? Okay. All right. Okay. And durability, importante?
The what?
Durability. The stamina, the durability, is that important or not? If a man's fit,
I think so.
you think so?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, no problem. So if you have nothing else to add, we'll finish at that.
Yeah, so if you have another question, just let me know. But if not, then I think this is it.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.